Okay, we have made it to Hook Island. We're at a place called Crayfish Bay, which is right at the very top of the Whitsundays, really. So crossing was actually fine. It did take quite a while, but we seem to have enough petrol, so we will be able to make it back for sure, which is good. So we've planned that appropriately. I'm going to go for a spear now and check it out, because we can't actually get to our campsite because the tide is too low and there are a bunch of rocks and reef to get in there. Yeah, hopefully find little fish. I'll just check the anchor, and Angie's just going to bob around up here while I go for a hunt. All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Alright, so Chris just jumped in. I'm gonna try to not get sick on the boat. It's a little bit like bobbing around. The tide is going up, but we are safely anchored. I think I should be fine. I just take, just as caution, 2 like natural ginger tablets. Obviously, because I'm pregnant, I can't take the ones that've got like lots of other ingredients in them, but those ones are like purely natural, and they work very well on my first trimester when I was very nauseous, and I'm hoping they would work as well for the boat. And yeah, unfortunately we can't get to camp yet, but that's okay. We are still a bit more sheltered on that side, and I'm so relieved and glad that we made it. I was very anxious to come here. Like when you read blogs about the Whitsundays, there's not many information for like small boats and things like that, and we did that hook passage, which we'll show you on the map when we get to camp, which we read some horrible story, but we chose the perfect day for it. We had checked so many variables. I think we are getting more and more used to what to do and what not to do in a boat. So yeah, it went very successfully. Now we just need some fish. And we've made it to our beach, as you can see by the mark. That's a little bit of a struggle to push the boat. It's so soft and so steep. Chris is exhausted as well with his dive. I'm not very like the most useful person being pregnant, but do what I can. So yeah, we're gonna settle in. There's a family that is camping here tonight, so they've already set up the tent. We just need to find a little spot for us, hopefully find some shade. It's beautiful though. All right, let's set up camp.
Alright, so the spearfishing looks like it could be promising if a couple of factors come into play. It got really murky really fast as the tide started to come up, but there are definitely some big fish out there. There were some big parrotfish, and I saw one big stonker of a coral trout, but he didn't let me get quite close enough. Diving had improved today, which was nice, equalizing a lot better, being able to dive quite a bit deeper, so that was cool. But started to get really nauseous. I don't really know what it was, just maybe the bobbing up and down, not really sure. So after a while it became a bit unenjoyable, so we've come back in here. Ange is just flying the drone. This is our spot we've chosen right here, and there is a family of 4. They're out snorkeling. They have got the tent in the back, and they've set up this nice little shady area over their picnic table. But we have got for today this one out here in the sun. We aren't as smart as these guys. We didn't bring a tarp to string over the trees and get shade, but hopefully we'll be okay in here. It is absolutely cooking. Few March flies. There's some big tidal changes here as well. That's probably why the water was a little bit murky. This is a quarter phase moon, so right where we kind of want it, but it's still like a 2-meter tide, which is pretty crazy. So we're keeping an eye on the boat. As the tide starts to come a bit more, we'll keep shifting it back up and work out where our proper high tide mark is on the beach. And then maybe this afternoon I'll go back out for a spear when the tide's up, see if I can get something. And in the meantime, we'll probably have lunch and then go about setting up camp right here. But yeah, we've still got a little bit of shade. It's a beautiful spot.
All right, and we've set up camp. Chris chilling in a distance over there, feeling better.
Yeah.
And we've got a small little tent here. So if you remember in the last episode in Pelorus Island and Ophis, we had like the bigger one. The reason we decided to change to this one is a bit more breathable. We were just slightly too hot in the other one, so we decided to take this smaller one. What you didn't see is we actually did like a little mission since last time that we actually didn't release on YouTube. The mission didn't go, nothing went bad, but just the island was not as nice. The spearfishing for Chris was really bad condition, like really murky. We were just off Cape Gloucester area to an island that is called Saddleback Island. But that was just very nice still to go and practice with the boat. Everything went successfully in that respect. It was just the island itself and the tides, and yeah, just no ideal. So we decided not to release the episode because it was not really successful. We're hoping this time it will be a bit more. We might go for a second spare this afternoon, potentially from shore or with the boat. We're not too sure yet. Just before we show you exactly where we are on the map, just to give you a bit of context, the trip to come here was in total 45 kilometers. It should have been only 33 kilometers. So unfortunately, around 6 kilometers past the boat ramp, I was checking my phone just to get the GPS, and I've got like some notes where I had like the last thing that we needed to pack, and the last thing that we needed to pack and we forgot was Chris' fin. So obviously that was really bad because you can't really go spearfishing without his fins. So we...
I can, but it'll be rough.
Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal. It would make like an extra challenge.
Yeah, it would.
So we had to go back, which was very frustrating because we had like a nice start. Everything was going smoothly. Chris had done so much preparation yesterday with the boat, so I felt terrible to not remind Chris to get his fins. So yeah, we went back. We lost some time mostly. But the main concern was we lost some petrol. We were not too sure exactly how much we would use for such a big distance. But the good news is, even for these 45 kilometers, we've only used just under 16 liters. And we've got in total this time 45 liters of fuel. So we should have plenty. We're not gonna run out. So I feel much more relief in that respect. So, you know, that's good.
So this is where we are. So we started here in what's called Chute Harbour. So we shot out through here in this gap here along the Molly Islands, and then right the way through the passage, through this like kind of passage between the two islands. And this can be notoriously rough and really bad with current, but we were okay. And then we went all the way to this little cross here, and this is called Crayfish Bay. So the reason we chose in here is because you can spear in here, and the beaches look nice. There's a national park campground which we're in right now, and the reef looks great. So hopefully this is the money shot.
So just to give you a bit of an idea on the map here, the yellow, even though normally in Queensland you can spare, because of this little like pink line here, it means that all the yellow zone and obviously the green zone, there's no sparing. So
which, go figure, you're allowed to fish in the yellow zone, you're just not allowed to spare in the yellow zone.
It's a bit controversial.
Really strange, but anyway.
So we had to, that doesn't leave you many options, I guess, of where you can go.
Which isn't great for reef, but yeah, that's where the good reef was that we could work out from Google Satellite. So we're glad we're here because the reef was really, really nice when I was out there just before. I just really hope I can get a slightly clearer visibility tomorrow. We'll see how we go.
Much life.
Much life. Help.
Help, abort. All right, ready for round 2.
Round 2, let's do this.
This way.
Really challenging spearfishing conditions again with how murky and deep it was. I try not to shoot parrotfish because they are really good for the reef, but it is so many of them here. So I got a little parrotfish. Their minimum size needs to be 25 centimeters. This one must be about 35 centimeters. So I've got to fillet that up. They taste really, really good, and that'll be our dinner.
Both in the same bag.
Just had a nice little nap in the tent. It cooled right off, so a bit of cloud covers rolled in, so that enabled the tent to really cool down, which is nice. And just prepping the food. We have been joined by one other person here, so we probably won't do too much filming tonight because they'll be sharing this table, so that'll be a little bit awkward otherwise. Nothing really planned for tonight. We'll eat and then probably have an early night's sleep as usual, and then first thing in the morning, more adventures, I think.
So trying to diversify a little bit of the meal that we're having on those island missions, just so that we don't get too bored of just having like just rice all the time. So yesterday I pre-made a big batch of veggies. So we've got it's got some potato, sweet potato, carrot, broccoli, with some rosemary. And then for seasoning, we've been recommended this one very recently, and it is very nice. We'll probably put that a little bit on the parrotfish, and that will be dinner tonight.
Yeah.
How do you think?
Not a whole heap going on. Oh, actually, we did get raided by a crow when we were out diving. we came back and the crow had smashed into Angie's food, had eaten a bunch of her figs and dried apples, so very kindly the family over here gave us a little bit more of a sturdy bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that little nasty crow. He tried to get the fish frame from the parrotfish, but I put him in the water, so there was no way he was going to get it. So that's food for the crabs tonight, I think.
Yeah, so we'll probably try to hang our food or hide the food like in a sturdier bag as well overnight, because we definitely don't want like a rat, like I mentioned, Brooke, or like that little bandicoot that we had on Orpheus Island to come and eat all our food, because we need some for tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll yeah, wrap it up here for today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, good first day.
Good morning. Not too bad after a night of sleep.
Not too bad, could have been worse.
Could have been much worse, but yeah, as you can see, we are waking up to a very wet morning. It's been like raining for I don't know how many hours.
Yeah.
It's 6 a.m. right now and it still hasn't stopped, unfortunately, and we're just like starving.
Pretty set in.
So yeah, Chris is making his breakfast. And yeah, we're not too sure what the plan for today is. It was not supposed to rain that much. Definitely the forecast changed, unfortunately. Yeah, so we'll see how we go, but at least it's not cold. And we've got a tiny bit of shelter somehow.
Okay, so unfortunately we've had to pack up. So the bloke who turned up a bit later yesterday, he was meant to be going out to the outer reef today. He shot back in a hurry, said he'd seen the weather report, which we can't get here. Apparently the whole thing's changed, so what is meant to be a perfect day today, the wind's going to really pick up, and tomorrow's going to be storming all day long. So we definitely can't stay here another night, unfortunately. The rain has stopped, which is good, and it looks like it's trying to clear, but again, we don't have that weather report, so we can't really be sure. Apparently it is blowing a northerly, which this mountain's protecting us with. So as soon as we go past this island, we may get hammered on the crossing back. So I think it's best to be safe than sorry and head back now while it's not too bad, in case it comes out of nowhere. Well, I'll probably flag going for a spear this morning, because it was really murky yesterday, and with the rain and the overcast weather I don't see it being any better. So yeah, unfortunately.
It's such a shame the weather changed. Today was supposed to be so beautiful, but luckily yesterday wasn't too bad.
Yeah, at least we've seen the Whitsundays and they are beautiful. But it's looking, from what we saw last time, the weather's really packing up for the next week or so. So we'll probably start to head south a bit.
We'll try to head to the islands around Mackay and Yeppoon. So yeah, it's just like better weather there. Well, the crossing went much more successfully than we thought it would be. It was definitely a bit choppy on that main section past the Hook Island passage, but yeah, definitely better than what I thought it would be.
Yeah, maybe we went at the right time.
But you know, that went well, and like we said, we're better doing it now than just having a terrible time and being traumatized.
Yeah.
But I think as well, some people probably as well underestimate the capabilities of our boat. This boat seriously is so impressive.
Yeah, it is.
And we knew it was going to be a really good, you know, boat, because Rocket Kid, if you're not familiar with this channel, he takes it on some pretty like epic as well, like islands and distance. So yeah, we're very happy with our choice. The HMS Scallywag did it again. Yes. So now we're just gonna get to the boat ramp. So this was the first time actually we launched the boat from a boat ramp. And it was pretty easy, definitely easier than like our first launch on that beach near Hinchinbrook Island with the waves. So hopefully it's not too busy. And yeah, it's time to do the pack up.
Do the fun stuff.
And clean up. Also, by the time this video will be released, we just realized it'll be Christmas in a few days. So we wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday to you and your family. And thank you so much for your support this year. It's been, what an incredible year.
Yeah, it's been a huge year. Lots has happened, and thank you so much for watching all of our videos. And we will be here again next year as well. And a massive thank you for all of you who have clicked that subscribe button. Unfortunately, we didn't reach our milestone. We really wanted to hit 100,000 subs this year. We didn't get anywhere near that, unfortunately.
It's quite hard, YouTube.
It is. But thank you for those who have subscribed. If you haven't, that would be an amazing free Christmas present for us. If you could click that little red button. If you're not sure how to do it on the TV, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do like a little, because they make it hard, so I'll do like a little tutorial on how to do it. Yeah.
And we still have a few videos by the end of the year still to be released, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be
there's a bit that happened. So
there's a bit going on. So we'll stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.